So everyone's got their Christmas trivia challenge. Okay, so first we're gonna start with our name and our high of the week.
I'm Lee and I got my ID finally.
My name is Jason, and my high of the week is I get to see my son on the weekend.
Cool.
My name is Dennis, and my high of the week is Thanksgiving, Turkey Day. Turkey and stuffing and pumpkin pie.
My name is Christian, and the high of the week is I got my Thanksgiving dinner done and a cake done this week. Wow.
My name is Jalen, and my high of the week was I got my Christmas decorations up.
I'm Chris. I got another job interview yesterday, and I go in for my second one tomorrow.
Cool.
I got out of jail over the summer after getting in some trouble, and I spent the whole winter at the mission downtown, and I decided I wanted to move on. I'm tired of being in the system. Oh, I had a real good life growing up. I grew up in the family business and worked my whole life. I'm an electrician, a carpenter, a framer. I do all construction. I just had a good life and just fell upon some hard times in the last 10 years. I'm where I'm at because of circumstances when I got to Colorado. I moved here 20 years ago to help my family, and the first year I got here, both my parents died. And the family business disappeared and everything just kind of spiraled down. When I was in jail, before I went to prison, I was eligible for a halfway house after my sentencing. And when I was waiting for a halfway house, one of the guys in my room had a knife, and they charged all 8 of us with that knife. We all got charged. I ended up with a parole number because somebody else didn't want to play by the rules. So I had no problems paying for my crime. I did have a problem paying for somebody else's stupidity. And like I said, it is what it is. Live and learn. It's all good. I've been here this is my second month, and I searched daily for work, and it's been very hard. Back in my day, you used to meet people and talk to people. Now it's all done on a computer, and you don't get to see anybody. They don't interact with you. They don't get to know you. So yeah, finding work has been hard.
My name is Linda Perkins. We started Christ Life Ministries 20 years ago in 2001 because of the disparity of what was happening inside, where people in the facilities were being released and they didn't have any skills and they didn't have any idea how to get a job. And so we wanted to help them transition back into society.
How I got started with Christ Life Ministries, when I was in my first year of college in Christ Life, they had recently had a receptionist leave, and they were looking for a new person to be their receptionist. And so I put in my application and got interviewed, and even though they're my parents, I still had to interview for the position. And I started as a receptionist.
I met my husband when I hired him. He applied for a job at a company that was run by my brother-in-law, and we got to talking, and I hired him, and 5 years later, I married him. He was an ex-offender, and we moved to Colorado from Michigan. He could not find a job because of his misdemeanor, where he did 72 days in jail 20 years before. And so we went through a rough patch over it, and we figured out that there is a roadblock to reentry.
COVID has kind of caused a whirlwind in the prison system right now.
They have instituted an early release for targeted populations, the most at risk. And because of that, they did give us an HSP grant to help house them. And they had a rapid release program that kind of overran our our facility because we only have 13 beds and they're constantly full with a waiting list. And they do not like to release people to the homeless shelters because they're just in with too many people. They would rather release them here, but our beds are full.
When I was in prison, at the time, prison was really pretty safe. It was actually safer than being out here, you know. As I was getting released and getting out, it started getting heavier in prison. They started having more cases show up.
It slowed down production for identification documents. So before, our clients were all getting out with their identification documents. Now they're not, and now it is kind of like a 6-week process.
So as you know, our grant is to help people find employment. With COVID, so many of the entry-level jobs are now gone because they are being filled by people who have lost their jobs when companies have closed or been shut down temporarily. And that makes it very difficult for our clients, who are typically a little harder to employ anyway.
This class is 13 sessions, right? If you get all the homework done in the 13 sessions. Is that correct? I'm just,
No.
not necessarily.
No, because some of them take
A little bit
a
longer.
little
Okay, well, I told you if I get that new job, it's a night job. So I was just trying to guess maybe as to how many Mondays I'm gonna.
So you'll talk to Christian about that?
I hit print. Got my first job interview today. Doing good.
In what ways do you think that this housing program embodies this statement?
I think all of it.
Well, for me, it points me in a different direction than I've ever done in the past. Before, when I get out, I was just like, I don't know how to do none of this shit, so I'm just gonna do what I do.
Gets me from being a loner by nature into dealing with society.
And as the statement says, change of mind, you know, it allows you to change your old bad choices, your bad habits, and learn to do right and make good decisions.
When we have success stories, it actually feels really good to see people change from the first time they were here to when they exit our program. It's really cool because you might have someone that comes in, they're homeless, they have no job, they have minimal social skills, they have low self-esteem and all that. And throughout the process, you see them start getting a job, getting housing.
I actually found a job this week. It's a grill cook at Dairy Queen. Now, I told you I grew up in construction, so it's a new trade for me. But at my age, I can't swing a hammer all day, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, right now I'm kind of stuck, locked in the space I'm in. But it's getting there. You know, my ribs are healing, and so yeah, it's all good. I did get hit by a car a month ago on my bicycle riding home from work at midnight. So yeah, a lot's changed. I'm a little tender, a little beat up, but it's all good. It's all good. The only thing I know is I got off work an hour early. I was working a 4 to midnight shift,
and I was riding home at midnight, and that's the last thing I remember. I know I suffered traumatic brain injury. I got my gallbladder taken out. I got over half a dozen fractures, 2 pins in my left leg, and a snapped vertebrae in my neck.
With Chris, he when we found out the next day. We're kind of able to work with the hospital. The chaplain called me a couple times. She got some information with us. Thankfully, we had a release of information for him for the hospital. So we were able to kind of coordinate with them quite a bit. He was living on our top floor, but with the crutches and him being immobile right now, we were able to move him to the bottom floor. So he didn't have to release to the shelter or the homeless rehab.
Everything was going really good. I'd searched and searched for a job, and I finally got a job, just being a cook. So, it was nice. Like I said, I was working a 4 to midnight shift. So I'd ride the bus up to the job and ride my bike back. And it was always nice and peaceful. It was, an hour of quiet time. But I guess the bumper of that Buick kind of messed that up.
We do community service throughout here, just as part of your general labor. And I was painting, painting the base, painting the doors, stuff like that. And I enjoy that kind of stuff. It's you get to see a finished product when you're done. It's just rewarding. And that's the kind of stuff I like, I'm a hands-on person. I like building things. I'm a construction worker, always have been. It's just, I don't like getting inside my own head. And I just do. I don't like thinking. I don't like thinking about why. I just like seeing results. It's just easier. Reflecting on why the sun shines doesn't accomplish much, it's just not my cup of tea. Not something I appreciate that much. Before my accident, I was really busy. I was rarely here, just trying to get things done and be productive, trying to move forward and get my life back.